welcome back to Papa's Garage. Didn't have you hang out for the cutting part, but I went ahead and started cutting the hole for the drop in the tank. We measured it out for the tank itself and forgot to add a little bit extra for the filler necks, if we get it right. I'm cutting it with my jigsaw. It's kind of turning out rough, so I'm going back with my tin snips and straightening everything out, just to make sure that everything's good and straight. I do need to come back here with my hammer and dolly and smooth all this stuff out because it cuts pretty rough. Let's get that off of there. A little bit more cut right there. Like I said, I've still got to cut this part here. Cut the square out so far. Throw it over here on my scrap pile, I should say. This particular one. Oop. That didn't come off all the way. Oop, there it is. That's off. Got the trash. The only thing I don't like about this welding table is it's wobbly. I figured out to do on it was grab the channel locks and tighten things because it's pretty loose. This one here holds the stand up. I imagine normal people could probably just spin this and tighten it. A little bit tighter on that. Then I'm going to go to the hardware store. I'm going to buy some of those big thumb screws for these adjustable ones because they're not very tight. Okay, let me go ahead and cut this other section out. Come through here. She likes to wiggle. I need to cut enough so I can get in there with some snips. And cut a little bit of groove out. So this is a little heavier gauge steel than you normally use for body work, but I wanted to make sure I had something steady or sturdy. Say it's rough on the edges really bad, so come back with the body hammer and flatten them out. It also, when you do it with the body hammer, it takes the sharp out of it. now this is all cut out. We've got the drop sitting in here. Got your lines right here. Like I said, I'm going to have to build something possibly to keep these from getting road garbage on them and such. But this is kind of how it's going to sit in the belly pan. This will all be painted, of course, naturally. And then the next thing I've got to do is I've got to build up the walls. And with that, I've got some 22 gauge steel. Go ahead and show you. I picked up these sheets, this sheet steel. They're twice as big, of course, as they need to be, mainly because they're going to be split, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 walls there. So that's the next thing I'm going to do is I've got to cut those in half. I don't want to bore you with all that, but basically I'm going to cut them to fit here, measure the height. I'll put a bend in them because I'm going to probably spot weld this and then spot the bottom. I'll probably drill some holes in here just to put spot welds on it, make it sturdy. That's kind of the gist of this. So I'll spare you the cutting and such and bring you back when it's time to kind of put them together. That way you can kind of see how I'm doing it. But yeah, I'm going to use those 2 sheets, split them in half. If I'd have thought about it, I'd have had them cut them in half for me. But every time there was a cut, at least when you do it online, they wanted more and more money for it. One of the things I did find at their location was they have scraps there, little squares and such. And so I went in there and I spent like I think $16. I got some stainless, I got some aluminum, all little scraps so that I can practice TIG welding before I start attacking things. I can kind of show you. Give me 1 second, I'll grab some. They all fell off. I bought a giant hunk of stainless for $8. It's not that I'm going to use it for anything, but it's for practice. And then I've also got some aluminum squares. I got a couple of those. Thick aluminum, so I don't have to worry about killing it. And then I bought a bunch of tiny little hunks of different gauge metal. These are a little bit thicker, and I guess and some thinner ones. That way I can practice with all types. I got a couple of each of them, just so that I can get the practice before I start attacking things. This is about the same as this. This is 22 gauge, just like these are. So these will definitely help me there. And then, of course, I've got some thinner ones, too, real thin ones. So this will be, a few bucks, and you got stuff to practice with. You can get them on Amazon or buy them on Amazon. I don't know what they cost, but just the most expensive thing was this hunk of stainless. It was the most expensive piece. I also looked at stainless tubing for like the turbo setup. They're real expensive when it comes to that. So I think I'm just going to order a kit online and cut it to fit how I need it to. But yeah, that's just kind of give you an update of everything. As I'm going through the rest of this, I'll probably just speed you right through it so you don't have to sit and watch me cut stuff and all that kind of fun stuff. So hang tight, and I'll throw some music on for you, and we'll fast forward all this. Okay, back to the sound. Battery went dead, of course, naturally. So, don't know if you got to see, but I cut those sheets in half. Each one of those sheets is exactly 1 inch wider than the tank, and that's so that I could bend each side of them a half an inch. So we're going to put the first bend in at 1 inch on the bottom. Find that, get it lined up. Right there, near you. Right there, bring this right over. Right there, we need to shift it a little bit that way so we can see where we are. Go in. I don't like about it is the bar doesn't stay in one place. It'd be nice if it did. Okay, let's get that down. And like I say, when I do this, I move in a little ways, get a better hold on everything. Let me loosen this one because I'm not a little tiny bit off. Okay, that one tight. Push those out of the way, and I like to bring it up a little bit at a time. Seems to do better when you do that. That will be our first bend. And like I say, this is 2 inches wider than the pan. So, and that was so I can put a 1 inch bend on each end and have a spot to weld them to each other and sturdy up the whole thing. Back. And we've got the same issue that we had before when we're going into here, because we need to go an inch into this. So I brought my trusty tin snips. Oh, and by the way, this edge is the one that's just a little bit off, so it's going to look crooked, but it's not. It's close enough for what we're doing. Do the same thing. I'm just going to snip this out. So there's plenty of meat to tack weld too. So and you'll notice I put on my gloves. I don't want to cut my hands. This is the annoying part of this vertical effect. It's not attached to anything. One down, Free to go. I'm going to wander over and test fit this real quick. Make sure everything's good. And on this last one, I'm going to go remeasure that one side that acted like it was short. So I'll be right back. All right on the money. And there are a few areas that need to be straightened out, as you can see. That's too close. It's the weird one. Build the box. Okay, that's the extent of today. Go back at it tomorrow. As you can see, some of the, even though they're all exactly the same and it all measures out to 28 inches, because I'm going inside outside, I've got to take a couple of them and narrow them up a little bit more, just to pick up the difference. But that basically shows you the basic fundamentals of the box. Tomorrow or on the next video, it'll probably be the next video because I've got a few other things to do. We'll start practicing that welding. We'll drill some holes in it, get everything all pounded out. I'll probably do a couple of shorts just to show you where I'm at with it this week. That's all from me today from Papa's Garage. It's after 5 o'clock. As my wife said, it's time for dinner. So look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by. Any questions, comments, concerns? If you've done this before, hey, feel free to let me know how it worked out for you. I still have to cut them and bend them over the top, bend over the tops. That way they're ready to just drop into the tank. It's not going to be that tall, and I'm not going to be welding it until I get the tops bent. But I've got to go back and I've got to figure out how many inches I want it to drop down off the floor of the trunk. But that's about it for today. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks from me and Papa's Custom Cars. Appreciate you hanging out. And please like, subscribe, share. I need more people. I've got over 100 now. Thank you very much, everybody that's subscribed. Let me know if you've got any interest in anything else I'm working on, and I will see you next time.